Okay, so here we are trading MNQ. We're in a trade to go short at the moment, and the reason for that is because it's shown that it's going to be driven down for now, but we gotta get out of this as soon as we can, of course. All right, so we're into this one MNQ. And so we're looking at going past the volume profile levels here, and the concern is it's going to return back up to this level, which it generally will perhaps do coming up here. I'm waiting for this to stay where it's at. However, there's no obviously it may not hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit here at a loss of $20, and I'm thinking I'm going to re-enter, okay? Or I'm just going to hold. So we're going to flatten right now at this point. And we just crossed the clock to 9:34. I'm going to sell 2. I'm going to sell 3. Okay? So now we're up 25, 27. $35, so we got the 35 back. We're up to 46, 41. So they're dropping it through, and then I just want to flatten it right here. Looking at my time. Okay, so when we look at this, right, we could call this pretty much done for the day, but I'm not done for the day. But I am going to hold, meaning I'm not going to stay in the market at the moment, because what we want to do is we want to see if this is going to push up. Now here's a push up, right, but we don't know if that's going to hold. Okay. So we're at the bottom of the volume profile, and so this is where, if this starts to go up, right, like I'm going to believe this is going to go up, okay, and this is where it just changed over again, okay, and I'm going to do 1, I believe, and yet I'm not. For instance, what I'm saying when I say I believe, right, is I'm looking to get in to go in the opposite direction. Okay, and I'm not sure if I'm going to actually enter or not. Okay, I am going to enter 1, and but the point I'm making, right, is that we have this belief that it's going to go the other way, and especially my thinking is that that's might again, maybe and perhaps, right? Could happen. And so I'm keeping it kind of, pretty low, only one. I'm up 15, I'm up 19, 20, 21, okay? And I want to call this now. Perhaps I'm going to buy two more here after I flatten, actually. I want to keep my money, okay? I'm flattening. They're going to show themselves as being, now it's down to 11. So up here, right, when you saw that this was like really narrow, at that point they were going to go perhaps in the other direction, okay? They were fighting it out, so to speak. So I'm going to do it again. I'm putting 3 in. And this is where I could be really wrong at. They could literally drop here, and it probably will, because they're going to be doing a lot of, taking. Okay, so there we're losing $30, $40 right there, just like that. Okay, so my mistake here is putting in 3 contracts. Nevertheless, I'm going to hold it. Okay, because I really didn't want to see any loss. Okay, so because they did that, right, and they're showing that they can go up and down there, I'm going to just flatten it here. We're up $30 or thereabout, 39. Okay, we're up 50. Okay, so here's another like $40. We're flattening at another 40 made there. Okay, and it's like, hey Mike, why'd you do that, right? Well, it's the opening, and these guys and the market makers can go either direction. It looks like it's going to go up, but because we're at a volume profile where we're at the very bottom of the volume profile, it could literally drop to another level here. Okay, and I don't want to get off this right now to show like a 4-hour level, all right, or a 1-hour level, whatever, 1 to 4 hour level here. But I am on a trade evaded count over here, and I am looking to see that the wicks were lower than the wick now, and that was let's see where I'm at with that. Yeah, it looks like December 17th the wick was lower at around 6 p.m. So right now we're ranging. It looks like, oh, we just took off, it looks like, coming up. So I wonder if that's the truth. I'm going to put 5 in here and be ready just to get out, okay? Alright, I'm going to flatten at 50 or thereabout. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have 5, okay? This we're not really showing a lot of high volatility for an opening right here. So what we're doing is we're it's not that we're hesitant to enter in a way that's different from the day before, but yesterday they just had a little bit more volatility, and so and this is still volatile, but not as volatile, as the previous day. And if we look at the calendar today, it being Tuesday, we have retail sales at 8:30, retail sales minus autos at 8:30. Now here you go, 9:15, industrial production, capacity utilization. So home builder confidence, right, index at 10 a.m. So there's something going on in the in the economic calendar today. It's not really overly much, so to speak, but there is something going on. Okay, so here when I look at this, okay, I'm wondering, is this where they're going to drive this down again? Of course, right? That's what we're wondering. Or are they going to drive this up? Okay, so you can see right here, they're at the top of the previous candle. It's a 1-minute candle, and we're trying to move up through this profile here, and this profile It's just a slow day. Okay. So we are moving up through here somewhat. All right, so this, it is going up. I'm going to now just buy one. Okay. And at the top of this midway or a third of the way, this could be a pullback to go back down again, is what it could possibly be. And what we're talking about here is about right here, okay? So we're up $14. I'm going to flatten right there. And the reason I'm flattening is it's not that it will happen, it's that it could happen, okay? And that could happen is all I need to know. Now it's hitting 843, excuse me, 943, and you know, they could be breaking this through, you know, this level. So somewhere here we're trying to find out, okay? So it's just way too easy just to, you know, chase candles at the open, and we're trying not to do that. When we chase candles, we pretty much guarantee that we're going to be entering and exiting a lot, and entering and exiting a lot, and being successful at it. It means you're at a different level of trading than most normal people, I would think. Fortunately, I've not mastered, because there is no, I don't think there really is mastering, but I'm talking about these emotions that one might have. Okay, this is where I'm going to enter 5 because it's so slow. And the reason I'm entering 5 is because I'm pretty much at the bottom of my candle, at the middle level of my candle here. I'm at the top here, and I'm still up above this, and I'm hitting 944. And then what I'm wondering is, because it didn't go down, I'm wondering if I get approach 945, you know, am I going to be looking okay? So I'm at $55. I want to just flatten right there. And the reason I'm flattening right there is because I have 20 seconds or so before the 945, okay? And there, by the way, I don't know if you can read it, but you know, I was up about $55 or something like that. But one of the key points there is I did enter 5 micros there. And the reason I entered 5 micros is because I was at the top of the candle, and it was looking like, okay, now it was going to go up, okay? Now, and it's the first candle up from pretty much this big candle here, okay? It was the first candle above another high candle, okay? And usually that's a high probability candle, okay? Plus I was approaching 944. So I'm holding off because volatility is going to increase most likely in this situation even more, and you know, I question, you know, is it going to, it might just shoot up, okay? But this is the occasion too where it can go up, it can be a false breakout, and then it can go down pretty harsh. And to protect yourself from losing a lot, and that's the key word, it's not about making it, it's about not losing as much. You keep this down to 1 micro. So yeah, we're already at 946 and 14 seconds past. And what is it doing? Okay, so it looks like it's holding where it's at, and there's the volatility increasing, and I'm going to say that it probably will go up. You know, it's not easy to say exactly which way this is going to go at this very instant. Okay, I mean, it might be for somebody, but not for me. And overall, it's been showing that the trend is down at this point for the day. So is it going to go past this candle? Is the question. We're wondering about that, right? Or is it going to now, at this candle, turn around and just shoot up? We're wondering, right? But most likely it's just going to drop. Most likely. Is it? This is where we don't know. Okay? It looks like it might be going up. Alright, so this is a hard push up. I'm actually going to do 10. I'm going to buy here. And this is where I'm saying to myself, time to quit, okay? Like, there's another 43, okay? I put 10 there because it was such a hard push up, but I wanted to be out before I got to the top of this candle. Because if we're not, because of what you just saw there, to the top of the candle, and then what? Now here it looks like it might just take off, okay? But before it takes off, what is it going to do? It looks like coming up. For instance, if this holds, this price action holds against this top third of this candle, or let's say the top quarter to eighth, there's a good opportunity that that's a probability that it's going to go up. But we're waiting for the candle time. It's 9:48 and 17 seconds. So at 9:49 to 9:50, for instance, is the 10-minute candle going to be one where it's going to be driven up? Okay, is what we're thinking, and wanting to find out. Okay. So yeah, so it looks like it might, but at the same time, I just want to be here at just 1, okay? But I don't want to enter when it's too late, okay? So I want to enter before the 9:50 candle forms, and I'm at 9:48 and 47 seconds. And the question becomes, well, Mike, where do you want to be here? So I'm going to get ready to enter 1, I assume I'm doing that. See how I'm making an assumption? Like, for instance, I'm trying to say I'm not exactly 100% sure on this because my price action hasn't formulated properly yet in my mind. Okay? So I want to see basically this candle starts to go back up through here. Okay? And it didn't hold. Okay? Which means there was a lot of, downward buying pressure here, but at the same time there could be a lot of buyers here as this price drops. Alright, so this is where I'm going to enter at and see if I'm wrong or right with just 1. Okay? And that 1 is all I need if this thing shoots up. Now if it shoots down, that 1 is all I need to lose, $20, $30. So I'm not trying to lose anything. Okay, so now I'm just going to easily take that 10 as it is, okay, or thereabout. There's 13, 14, okay. There's around $10, okay? And the reason I'm doing that is because it's not this strong push up. Now here it looks like it's going down, right? It doesn't mean it's going to go down. We're going to find out. Right now the candle's 23 seconds past 9:50. So we're into the 10-minute candle here. And, with that 10-minute candle, it looks like, it's not this strong push downward. So it means, and it's not a strong push up exactly at this point. So there's a lot of trading going on inside this candle here. And if you're looking at this as a level here, or as a range, this candle, we're inside this candle for 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you count the candle itself, 5. Last 5 minutes we didn't go in or out of this candle here, okay? Basically we're ranging. So yeah, if we're ranging, what does it mean? Well, it means you can lose your account if you continue to enter and exit here, chasing these candles, if they're not big enough. For instance, if you were diligent and you entered here to go short and you entered here to go long, okay, that's one thing, right? And it actually did this, right? But if you're just here, more power to you if you're able to do it. So I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying that when you can't do it, it's pretty harsh on your account. Okay, so here we are. looks like this is being, it's still ranging, you know. We have this tail here going on. Was that a tail there? You know, but the thing is now we're heading, what? Are we heading up? We're heading down? So what's interesting about this platform, you know, wealth charts, is that the built in are these different, this is about the indicators now, okay? While I'm waiting around. Let's see what I'm looking at. See, so it's, you can easily learn, you know, this is the champion trend, basically takes out the cloud, and this here, the candles are colored. This range breaker, okay, what is the range breaker? You know, I don't know if the range breaker is showing there. There's your breakout forecaster right here. They're printing out levels, okay? They're either red or green. Championship cross, wealth signal, you know, nothing's showing up there really at this point, okay? But let's just look at this wealth signal here, right? I'm gonna go to the settings here, right? So it looks like they're doing dots, long and short, all signals, okay, and alerts, right? So it's just an example of what I'm looking at. It has nothing to do with I'm going to make a change or something on it. But yeah, so we're ranging inside this candle. We're into 6 candles, I guess, or close to it. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, about 6 coming up. This is on the 5-minute chart, by the way. I gotta change this. Or am I on the 5-minute? Yeah, I'm on the 5-minute chart. So I've been looking at 5 minutes this whole time, but I've been staring at it like it's 1 minute. Okay, so this is the range we've been doing from 9:30 right here, and so it looks like we might be going up. Okay, so here's where I'm going to do the following, right? I'm actually going to enter 10. I'm going to buy. This is not recommended, okay, for most, but you know, it definitely took off. Okay, so I'm exiting out. Oh no, I did flatten, right? So there I flattened, right? I knew that was going up. I took advantage of it. That's the only thing to say about it. And I wouldn't recommend you doing 30 micros because you don't know. Okay, how to say this? If you know what you are doing, you can do whatever you want. Okay, you're going to reach a point in your learning, and you're going to say, "Oh, look, I reached this plateau. I know this much. Boy, I'm great." Then you reach another plateau a month later, whatever the time frame. You reach another plateau of learning another month or 2 later, what have you. But what occurs is you then suddenly realize there's always a plateau as you prove yourself more right in choosing what to do with the market. Okay? So I'm going to enter 1 here, and I'm going to hold this for now. And I'm going to, my attempt here, by the way, is to hold this through more than 1 candle. Okay? And we're going to find out how poor that is of a decision. Okay? I'm going to get out too, by the way, if it's showing that it's, you know, not what I needed to be doing. Okay? But the point is, it's not 9:55. It's going to be 9:56. So we have the 1 minute, you know, the 5-minute candle that just formed, and maybe they're going to pull us down, but maybe not. Here's the thing: we were really low. Is my belief on this, and they're probably going to keep going up on this. However, as you can see here, it's not like it's shooting, but it might shoot up here with strong volatility going up. But it looks like they're going down. Okay, so there's the $11 going down. Nevertheless, I still think it's going to go up, so I'm holding on to it. And this is just, at some point one could say this is dumb, and the dumb is, you do something like this, you see that it's going in the red, and then it goes in the red more and more and more, and you go, oh, it's going to turn around, and then it just doesn't. Like, this is where you have to be aware. This is the start of moves in the market that are going to cost you your account. Okay? That's really what this is. Okay? And then people will add to it here, and I'm tempted to do just that. So I'm going to buy 2 more. and then we're going to hold this, because what's going to happen is we're making this guess that it's going to go up above this candle, but this is where I'm just going to hold it, and then I'm just going to get out and then call it done. And then I question, when should I be getting out? Well, I want to be up above that candle. Okay, it looks like it is above that candle, so I'm going to flatten it. Okay, I was talking, not hitting the button, so I missed. Nevertheless, and now I'm going to buy one here, and I'm calling this just good the way this is looking, okay? Meaning with the amount, because this could be the start of this going down. As you can see here, we were trying to approach through this level, we didn't succeed. Now we have this free space where we can go back down through, and then what happens is you end up with with it staying where it is. Now on the 5-minute candle on my other platform, I can see that where it's still somewhat open, if you had this to 5 minutes, okay? So it might be going up through here with more ease than one could think. Okay, so I'm going to basically call this done. Also, it's 9:58, which I didn't take into account at that very moment. I should have looked at that. But we're up $6 or $7 right there, 8, 9, 7, whatever. What are we going to get? Is it going to keep going higher? So it's going to go up through. It looks like I'm going to do 5, call it done, and we're done, okay, for the day. And I'm going to be done for the day after this, right? So it's up 18, 60, 50, dollars, and I just want to be done. Now it's at 6, now it's at 11, 12, okay? So we're at 9:59 with about 1 minute left to go. Now we're at 9:50 and 10 seconds. And then we're questioning, like, what's it doing here, right? Okay, so we're up $40. We just flattened it out, okay? All right, so what you saw us doing right here is trading the opening. Trading this opening is, to trade it successfully, I don't know what the wording really I want to use there. Trading this volatility, it doesn't have to be the opening, but we're just talking about volatility in general. Now this is going to take off, it looks like, so I'm just going to do one, but I'm not considering this to be really trading anymore, because what's going to happen here is I'm just putting one in, I'm just buying, and I'm just going to hold it, and whatever it does is what it does. So I'm not actively trading right now, even though I got one in there. And what we're looking at there when I say that is I'm not attempting to make anything here or lose anything. This is like a non-trade for me, okay? And if it goes down, I'm going to get out, of course. But if it goes up, right, then I'm going to, of course, get out. But the point I'm making is I have the attitude that this is a non-trade, okay? And ultimately, you have to have some kind of technique to say, I'm not going to overtrade. Okay, so this is my form of like saying I'm disengaging my mind from the market. Okay, so I'm up $3, right, and it's up at the top, down, $12, right. But the point is, I'm just holding it there because I'm prepping my mind to just simply not be part of this, and that's really the way it's going to work too. So there we go with that. I'm about ready to, looks like it'll probably go up again. Or are they going to drive it down? It is 10:01, right? So here we're going to go up, it looks like. I'm going to flatten this. And this is where I'm going to enter 10, and then we're just going to call it good, whatever it is, okay? So there's 100, and I'm flattening it out. There's 178, okay? So on that 10 or 20, now I, did 10, on the $10 loss, right, with, what was it, 1, I then saw that the whole candle was going to go back up through, And instead, and this is where one could be tempted to put their whole account, whatever the allowed number of micros are, and some people do it all the time. And what they're doing when they do that is they're risking, losing and losing that trade. But what will occur as you get bigger and bigger in these accounts is you will risk like 100 micros, okay? And it's going to either be up or down $600 or $700. But at that point, your account might be, I don't know what to say is it might be like up $20 to $50,000 at that point. So once you start getting above a certain level, you have to have some mechanism in your mind of what am I going to do to not lose my account, and what am I going to do to build the account. So what occurs is when you have an A plus setup, you're going to trade a bigger amount. Basically, it's what you just saw me do here. It's just with larger size, and you're going to learn how to do that as time goes on. So what we're going to do here is, it looks like it might go up, it might go down, but guess what? Did you know that at 10:03, right, I made a decision earlier that I would be done by near 10 o'clock, okay? And what happens is, it's near 10 o'clock, and can you imagine this, right? Saying to you guys, I'm going to be out at 10, and this is where I'm going to start losing my account if I don't get out, because I can see the market's going down. But then, you know what? I don't get out. I keep talking, then lose the account more and more and more until I lose the account. That does not happen anymore. It's one of those plateau moments I was talking about earlier. So you are disengaging your mind, okay, from the market to be a participant. You make this decision, I'm not going to be a participant after 10 o'clock, whether I'm up or down. Because if you're down at 10 o'clock, you're in a mode at some point where you're going to say, I have to fix my mistakes I made in my trading from about 9:30 to 10 o'clock. If you are in a position where you have to fix your mistakes, it means you're on the way to losing your account, fully losing it, okay? And you have to make and this is a hard thing for people to do, a hard thing for traders to do. It's, I'm going to quit trading, because it's way too gratifying. You're getting the endomorphines, the dopamine, whatever, coursing through your mind, and then what happens is you're off your trade strategy, okay? And at some point, here's another point, you're going to reach a plateau. You will reach this point. And I'm talking to you as a trader who has developed these A plus strategies, right? But your A plus strategies end up being not executable in real time. But the A plus strategy shows up and you say, hey, I'm going to enter, okay? And this is especially true in a scalping type strategy. Well, what occurs, you're going to hit a plateau, and me giving you this info is like you possibly having self-recognition of this is you, and this is the reason why you're failing. You have to learn to recognize the A plus setup right before the A plus setup occurs. Your strategy showing up on your screen is just simply one candle too late, most likely, okay? And then what occurs is you go, yeah, but I got all of these pluses happening where it's like a high hit rate on the plus side, and the win ratio versus the loss ratio, it's like, like 4 to 1, right? Okay, that's great, but you have to live through the intra-candle volatility as it goes. It's the up and down while it approaches the 4 to 1 payout, so to speak, over, the losses. And I learned that I don't want to tolerate, my personality does not want to tolerate waiting for my strategy to pan out like 7 candles later that it's up. Now, if I had a strategy, I gotta tell you, if I had a strategy that was close to zero, and you know, I'm always tempted, and I have strategies that are close to zero, and I've not trained my mind at this point to hold out. So that might be a new plateau for me, is I could be here saying, hey, look, my strategy entered, here's the strategy, right? And I do have strategies that do this. It's just I don't wait. And then I'm like, yeah, you know, even with its one, I don't even want to lose 20 bucks, okay? I am risk adverse. I don't want to lose. Hey, so at some point I'll put comments in here as I trade live for you guys, and you know, maybe we can have a talk and we can discuss these things. In the meantime, it looks like we're turning around here, and we're going to be going up somewhat. And is it going to hold? Yet, you know, this is where, you know, I don't know what exactly it's going to do, obviously, but what I'm going to do is go to this like a 15-minute time frame, just so you can look at this, and then we can see where we're at with this, right? Okay, well, it looks like it's down, and it looks like in the 15-minute it was up here, right? Here's the temptation. You think it's going to go back up through here, you know, within the same time frame. It's we're hitting a 10-minute candle, right? And it's been going down on the 15, okay? Now, the question becomes, when we hit this level here, right here, is it going to turn around? Is it going to turn around right here? You know, we're wondering, right? So we don't know 100%, but we're going to look at the price action on the 1 minute, okay? So here, there's that level, right, for the 15-minute, and then we're wondering, you know, is it going to drop through this open space right here? And do we know, you know? So there, it turned around, okay? So yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to do one here, okay? But this is where it could start flip-flopping, and then I'm like, and you're going to notice something, right? At some point, you're like, I'm like this. I'm saying to myself, hey, just stay small size. It's not that I'm trying to goof off in the market, but I am trying to find out, you know, what the market will do. And I'm at this point, I was willing to put a little money in it. I'm down $4. But my guess is it's trying to recover. Now, if it drops down through here, that means, meaning drops, that means it's time to get out, because they're going to be really, you know, they're dropping it. Okay, I'm going to flatten this, and I'm going to see if they do this one more time. But I'm only doing one, okay? I lost 10, right? And if I lose a total of 20, then you go like this. I'm done. Okay, so I'm actually going to reverse this. Am I going to reverse this? I was being tempted to reverse this, but it's going back up through that candle at this point. And the reason why this is so funny is because this is where you and I, if I stay in this kind of thing, this price action, we'll start to lose the account. And we're trying not to do that, okay? But it looks like it's going to be going down, is really what it looks like, even though it's going up. Okay, so that's what we call a... let me flatten out of this. Okay, so we showed that we did 20 there, but here's the lie of what I'm doing here. It's pretty funny to say this, but looking at the candles, okay, so it broke up through these levels here, okay, just like that. And I was like looking at that earlier and saying, oh look, it's going to drop down through here, okay, when I first put this screen up. And this is where it's like a false breakout to the downside right here, okay, is really what it was. But it looks like it's going up, and yet this could be this small up before it rips back down again, because overall it's been down, you know, the day. So from I'll tell you from when, right? Yeah. From about 8:30 this morning, you know, anyone looking at this can see this, right? I'm looking at a 15-minute chart, no, a 5-minute chart on the other on another platform here, like Tradevate. And so what we're looking at is it's just been going down. Now, what's interesting is we have a part of this where it could be going changing upward at this moment. It's possible. And then it's possible that they're going to range through here. The point is, I can't say with any certainty, is it going to stay here, or is it going to, at this point, break up out through here? I mean, it looks like it should, right? I mean, am I wrong to say that? I mean, where's the, there's no volume up there. So yeah, they could be breaking up through, possibly. So here's a 45 minutes, right? Just to get you a feel for this. So, one could say it's just upwards, right? It's just going to go up from here. One could say that. And that's we're going to find out kind of a thing going on. So it's 10:13, right? And what we're looking at is, you're going to get the 15-minute candle forming at 10:15, the old one will close. And this is a 45-minute candle here, okay? And we're going to go to the 15, because let's see what's going on there, right? So I'm still with you. Pretty funny, because here I was saying 15 minutes ago I'm going to be gone. But, you have to admit I'm not trading, right? So, but I'm tempted to trade, I'm telling you, because I think we're going to break up out of through here. And that's a problem. This temptation, not good. Not good at all. Okay? Because there's a difference between being tempted and having a strong knowing that it's going to go up. Okay? And sincerely, at this indicator here, this championship, they call it the championship. What do they call that? I wish I could just click on that and find out what they call that. I think that was called the championship trend there, right? Yeah. So with this championship trend, right, you have here this lower half here, right? It's approaching this. Now, there could be a lot of whipsawing through here, but we're still pretty much ranging on the 1 minute, okay? But you have to admit, yep, on the 15-minute, it went up within the last 15 minutes. And the question is it going to go up again? And at the start, it might whipsaw and then continue to go up, okay? So I'm tempted to enter one, but know that in entering one here, see the temptation? Now it's down, but the point is this could change and go back up, and I'm guessing it will. We're at the 9:15 already at this point, and we were waiting for this to see which way this is going to go. So I was tempted, right? And then it hits 9:15. It's 9:15 and 30 seconds, and I think this is still going to go up, okay? And that's the point. You think. You don't know. So this is where there is actually some volatility going on here, okay? And I say 9:15, I meant 10:15, okay? But yeah, the volatility is high, and just because it's going down doesn't mean that the volatility will hold, to keep it down. I'm waiting for it to go past that candle before, which is this one here, and then I'm waiting for it to hit this and then start going up, okay? But is it going to go up? Okay, so I'm guessing it's going to go up. Now this is where one could say they're going to buy one. The key thing, if you're taking one thing away from this, it's one, okay? One micro. That's it, okay? So I'm going to flatten at like $8 or thereabout because I was at the top, and we don't know if it's going to be driven down again, but it went down a little bit. But you see how this is? Now this is an example of, for me, and an example for you, is this is one instance where you have these short candles, right? And then I go, hey, it's the first candle, near the first candle where it went up and down. Like this is one set, and this is the second set. and this is the first series in a new set, okay, of consistent strength. Like, this is wacky here for me, okay, but this was good, okay. And now what we're seeing is at 10, what are we looking at, like 10:17, like 2 minutes past the candle. Are they going to go up? Are they going to go down? We don't know, because now they are literally fighting. Okay, they're going to the downside, but while it was here and staying within that range from this candle, I don't know if you can see this on your platform, but I got a cursor here. If it would have stayed here, that's a tight range, and we're trying to figure out at that point, we're waiting to see, are they going to the downside, are they going to the upside? They often will go to the downside, and then they're going to whip it back to the up, right? Or they're going to, do the opposite. They go to the upside, and then they'll whip it back to the down. So right now, they're going down. I'm not in, okay? Because they still have, okay, now right there, that's a possibility for it to go up, okay? But now here's the but. I'm at 9:18 and only 8 seconds, and we don't know. So I didn't enter. They had at the 9:18 mark, okay, there was a push upward with the bulls. They failed, and now the bears have definitely taken over. Going down, not definitely taking over, but they've taken over momentarily, perhaps. So what we're looking at here with this candle action is maybe reversal to the upside coming up as the bulls try to push upward again. I mean, it's going to happen, but there's going to be a certain level where it's going to happen. For instance, here's the low of the candle was down to the low here. It's either going to happen here or here, possibly, but it could also happen at the bottom of this, okay, possibly, and because they are at the bottom and they're holding at the bottom, and it looks like they're pushing up, right? And the question becomes, is it going to shoot? Is this going to shoot upward? And I'm going to actually buy there. I'm going to buy 2, okay? And the reason I'm buying 2 is because I'm seeing that they're, consistently going up overall. Okay, so, and remember when I said it's time to get out? It is time to get out. So after this move, whether it's up or down, and if it's down, it's down. I'm not going to re-enter. And I'm going to be done with my, for the day with my channel here. And plus, I have other things to do, of course. Okay, so we're looking to see if this is going to shoot up. All right, come on. And any up, I'm just going to get out, okay? Because it's just been proven that it's pretty bad, that range, okay? Okay, here's an example again where I'm going to flatten here, and I'm going to buy 3, and then I'm going to get out with like $10 or thereabout and call it done. Okay. Okay, I'm not being successful at that. This is going to go down, it looks like. So there's another $13. I'm dropping. That's it, right? So I'm out at $20. It didn't. Okay, there you go. So I'm just done. Okay. And the reason I can be done is you have to make this decision that you're happy with your success, okay? And if you were not successful, you have to be happy with what you learned, okay? For instance, you could say things like this just to make sure you're not trading, or to try and learn not to overtrade. It's, hey, I did what I could do. I'm done. I'm done because I failed, but I learned something. Now that's not as nice of a feeling as I entered into the market, I succeeded, and I learned something. But nevertheless, if you have your account and you kept it down to only like a $20 loss, now this is going to take off here, it looks like. Nevertheless, so we don't know that, but because it's also just ranging, and that's what you keep asking yourself. Like, if you're learning one thing, maybe today, I mean, I'm learning too, all the time. It's, when I look at that, you can easily say, this is just ranging, okay? It's ranging, and it's looking to break out. You could spend 20 candles, right, inside of a range doing that 1 to 2 entries, and it's failing. Okay, so here, okay, it broke above, and I am going to do 5, and then I'm going to call it done. You see how my fail could be deep? Like I keep saying I'm going to quit, and I'm realizing I'm not quitting, right? Okay, so we're up there a little bit. Okay, there's $30 on the plus. We went up through the volume here, and guess what? It's just by chance, but not really. You could say it's by chance, but I knew it was going to probably go above or below that volume. And what occurred is we already know it was down low going up through here, okay? So we know that at some point it's at least going to go above it, and it did. And then you notice that I just got out. And I got out because, put this back to 1, because what goes up and it's that rangy, it's going to go back down. So you get the point. So we're done for the day. I'm going to get off. It's been great talking with you. Have a great day of learning more about trading and whatever it is that you're doing in life. And we'll catch you tomorrow.